It's a new day. My name is Sas, and this is the Bible. Bhim Fest happened just this weekend on the 15th of this month. Now, after the show, a lot of conversation have been sparked online, and I'm here to give you the full gist. Kindly subscribe before you continue. Now, the event started looking kind of very risky, as if people weren't going to show up, like, looking like it will flop. But then, the MCs, like for instance, like shouts to Paradise, he came to ginger the place up. And then a while after that time, people started, flooding the place, and Charlie, people showed up in their numbers, and boom. So, after that, some artists came to, shake the place up, like Kwesi Amewuga, and, after those times too, Stonebwoy's MC also came up and, did his thing, and, some lady came to play some violin, be Charlie, the lady be very good. And Charlie, after that, boom, the overlord just entered, and Charlie, the whole place just boom. And Charlie, a lot happened after Stonebwoy came. Stonebwoy, like everything he does, he takes it very, very serious. When you look at the entrance, how he came up the stage and everything, almost everything he was doing on stage, like there is a very deep thought into making all those things up. And Charlie, big up to Stonebwoy. And during the performance, Pastor Ranking came up on stage, and Charlie set the place on fire. A lot of artists came,
You the one, you the bend down low, you the wear jeans, you the wear suit in the whites. Your eye in the bright, your suit in the tights, your boom 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 in the tights. Girl, I want to roll ya. Hold me thing tight, I roll ya. Girl, you give me the tightest.
Samini also came at the latter part. Some unfamiliar artists to Ghanaians also came up, and Mr. P also came. But then Mr. P's side raised some controversy. He recently came to talk about his issue with his twin brother, Rude Boy. The Rasta man is the Rude Boy. He came to talk about their issue when they were performing with Stonebwoy. After the performance, Stonebwoy took off his cap, which on a normal day is disrespectful. But you can't tell because Mr. P didn't look like he was vexed. Maybe he had control over his emotions. I don't know. But according to netizens or people online, according to them, Mr. Stonebwoy disrespected Mr. P by taking off his cap, and for doing that, Mr. P was visibly angry, and he at the end of the performance he didn't even he didn't hug Stonebwoy. So Charlie, a lot of things was said, and when Stonebwoy took off his cap, like he took it, jovial. I understand. He likes to, have fun sometimes. So he took off the cap and wore it, and then like he said, "Family, my foot." When Mr. P was, addressing the issue between him and Rude Boy at the latter part of what his explanation or whatever. He said family my foot. So Stonebwoy, mimic that in a jovial way. But maybe we are overreacting, we the fans, maybe we are overreacting. And he didn't take it to heart, you understand. He understood what Stonebwoy meant. Stonebwoy didn't mean it like the way people are talking. Anyways, after that, Euphoria upon also came out, the legend, uh, it's very rare to see him perform lately, when uh, this generation of artists hosts shows like this. It's rare to see Euphoria Ponsa, give us a good performance. But then, yeah, he came up and Charlie, he delivered. Samini also came at the end of the thing, and, did his thing. Charlie, it was a very, very great show. It was a great show. If you give it a 10 over 10 rating, you are right. If you give it 9, you give it 8. Whatever your rating you give, like even if you rate it 1, you are right. Everyone has their opinion. You understand? You have your opinion. The next person has his or the next person has his or her opinion. Anyways, I think it was a very great, event. So let's come to what people are saying online. aside Mr. P's issue, like Mr. P's side of issues, people said Stonebwoy used curtain. There was a part of the event center that they used curtains to something like curtains to cover, and people are saying that, hey Charlie, this one there is a flop show. People didn't come. They are using curtains to cover. But what do you understand by a sold out show? Like, be serious. How do you understand the word sold out? For a show to be sold out, you can host an event in a room. You can host whether a room or a pub. Okay, for instance, a pub, and the pub normally it has maybe 1,000 capacity, 1,000 or maybe 500, but then you decide to sell only 200 tickets, and at the end of the day, you sell all your 200 tickets, and you sell all your 200 tickets. That show, although the place is not full, that show cannot be called a flop show because it was indeed sold out. You have sold the number of tickets you wanted to sell, so it's a sold out show. I don't know how some people understand the word sold out. Like, for a show to be sold out, that's just the idea. You have to sell the number of tickets you initially intended, and Stonebwoy has sold the number of tickets he wanted to sell from the beginning. So you can't say it's a flop show or people didn't turn up. Like, it's not a very good argument to make. If you make such arguments, you are basically saying you are not smart enough. Well, that was all that happened, and Charlie, it was a great show. It was very, very great. The artists that came, the energy, the crowd energy. Someone like Pato Rankin, like, it's been a while since we've seen him, doing his thing on stage, and Charlie. Well, Stonebwoy, you can hate it or like it, but when he's putting up shows like this, the team he works with and everything, like, they take things very, very personally in organizing their events. Anyway, this is what happened, and my name is Sas. This is the Bible. Kindly subscribe. If you're watching on TikTok, kindly follow, share the video as well for others to see. See you next time. Peace.